Welcome back, everyone! This is Geronitis bringing you Feed the Beast 1710. Today we are starting on episode 4. And it's getting dark outside. I should have slept through the night before I started the episode, but that's okay. I'll just talk while I sleep. Alright, so in between episodes I've done a little bit of mining. I've done a little bit of changing things up outside. Not a whole lot, mind you, but a little bit. I also got blown up because I totally wasn't paying attention, and this crater right here, or what's left of this crater, is what happened to me. Ooh, Enderman. And a bat. Hi, Mr. Enderman. Please don't kill me. I didn't think that I didn't have any armor on before I started attacking you. Thank you. Alright, so, I changed things up just a little bit out here. I've been making some living wood and living rock. And I added another 2 endo flames over here. So I'm generating mana fairly quickly at this point. Note to keep in the back of your mind, no matter how fast, no matter how much mana generation you have going, to fill a mana pool takes a lot of time and effort. Okay, even adding this mana pool is still only about half full. Let's see, I should have there's my wand of the forest. And it is still, it is right at halfway full. And we've been doing a lot of stuff here. So, that being the case, I want to do one thing real quick. Mostly because I got blown up, and getting blown up is no fun. Since I got blown up, I don't want to get blown up again. We're going to go ahead and get myself some iron armor. But we're not going to use normal iron, of course. We're going to go ahead and make it into mana steel. Because why make iron armor that will break eventually when you can make mana steel that will never break? And cool, that didn't actually take that much of that. Sweet. I was worried that I was going to empty the whole pool. So yeah, we can go ahead and make ourselves some mana steel armor. Now, Mana Steel has the same durability and same overall protection as Iron Armor. But as with all the other things Botania, when it takes damage, it takes from your mana that you have and repairs it immediately. So now I basically have infinite Iron Armor that, unless I run out of mana, I mean, it can break. Keep in mind, it can break. If you run out of mana, it will break it. When you run out of mana, it stops repairing, and then it takes durability damage just like normal iron armor. And if you don't get it repaired or don't have anything to repair it, like mana in your inventory, then it will eventually break and be gone. So keep that in mind. Although if you're following along and you've done as I have done with the Band of Aura and the Band of Mana, it is unlikely that you're going to run into that problem. All right. Also, in between episodes, I did some mining. If you noticed, when I opened this chest here, I have quite a bit more stuff. Stack and a half of iron, plus the iron that I already have processed. That is some really good things. Had a bit of a hard time finding iron, okay? As it turns out, because of the way this mod pack is put together, they specifically put iron between Y level 28 and I think it was 35, 28 to 35 or something close in that range. Basically, if you dig around on Y level 30, you will find enough iron to choke a camel. It's just the way it is. As you can see, I dug myself a little place here, and we have gotten ourselves a bunch of iron together. So, actually, yeah, that went way up there. Is actually a little natural cave system I ran into along with down here, which is an actually very large cave system that goes down, around, and up and through. Going through this cave system is where I got most of my iron from. Alright, so, what we're going to do this episode, now that I've taken a while to explain what happened in between, what we're going to do this episode is we're going to get into doing some basic machines and some ore multiplication. I would call it ore doubling, but we're not going to be doubling ores. We're going to be trying to do more than double ores. But we're going to start out basically making some basic machines. Now, the problem with making basic machines at this point is that this house is just too small. What in the... Oh. So yeah, I now have, by the way, the witch got out of her little house. She was stored right over there. A telecreeper exploded right next to me and teleported her out of her house. and she wound up coming in here, so I shoved her in the pit with the other villagers. There's also 2 of the witchery hobgoblins down in there. I don't know where they came from, but I came up from mining, and the hobgoblins were just standing around in my house, so I just shoved them in the hole there as well. So eventually I'll have quite a gathering of things here, and eventually we'll use all of them. They're all going to be, useful for something. That's why I'm keeping them stored. Anyway, as I said, this house is just not going to be big enough. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause here. I'm going to use my amazing forever equipment, and I'm going to basically level this entire hillside right here, including the witch's house. And maybe... we should be able to level from here. Actually, I'll probably level alongside of this house as well. Basically, I'm just going to delete everything here. And then we're going to expand my house outwards because we need more space. And instead, I'm just going to expand this house a little bit. Eventually, when we get a little bit more set up and have more resources easily available, we'll build a pretty house probably over there by the shoreline. Or maybe we'll go find some special place to build it. Not sure yet. But for now, I need to get this house bigger so we have somewhere to put our machines. So I'll be back in, well, it won't be a minute. It's probably going to take me a little bit of time. But I'll be back when I have this leveled out and we're ready to go ahead and expand the house. Okay, we're back. Not exactly finished, but I guess we're going to get to give this armor a test run because we have a king slime that has decided that he wants to come and say hi. So, I'm not quite done. I'm actually barely started, but we're going to give this armor a try out and see just how well it does against this guy. King Slimes are from Tinker's Construct. They are a mid-boss, sub-boss, however you want to look at it. They tend to hurt quite a bit, but we're going to see what we can't. Maybe we'll be able to hit this guy, get this guy without taking any hits. That'd be awesome. But yeah, the King Slimes were... you get a lot of these when you have slime islands around, and I seem to have slime islands everywhere, so get him, get him, get him! Sweet! Oh, cool, yellow heart, too. So yeah, I got gelatinous slime, a yellow heart, and I thought I should get... Aha! I got a king slime cleaver. Ooh, 14 attack damage, 7 hearts. That's not bad at all. I love my cleavers. There's one thing, even if I do nothing else with Tinker's Construct, and I will do things with Tinker's Construct, I just decided not to start early game with Tinker's Construct. But for them to give me a cleaver, that's just, they're just thumbing their nose at me. You're not going to start Tinker's Construct, huh? So we're going to give you a cleaver and have you go, oh, my cleavers, because I love the cleavers. Anyway, so yeah, we're going to get back, continue doing some more leveling. I actually worked out rather well, and I didn't actually take any damage. So, awesome. Be back in a minute. Alrighty, so I've got a couple more things smoothed out. My work has been stopped due to rain. I don't want to get my hair wet. Anyway, sometimes I can't resist, sorry. So yeah, leveled that area out. Planned on the house being raised, not raised, enlarged and biggened, made bigger. I'm going to go ahead and extend this wall out to meet the edge of this house. And then we're going to make it all the way down this side. It's going to give us a nice large open floor plan. We'll have a kitchen, a dining room table, and never mind. So, since we're at this particular point, is it getting dark? It's getting dark. Why do I keep starting back recording when it's dark? Anyway, since I'm going to be expanding on the house, and we're going to be doing this in a rather cheap manner, you might actually notice that there's no longer a set of stairs here. I went ahead and lowered this section of the house by one. But yeah, we're going to fix that up a little bit. It's not the prettiest in the world right now, but we're going to do something to help make it a little bit prettier. We're going to go ahead and just go, oh my god, and I've got so much extra dirt and stuff now, it's kind of ridiculous. So we're going to cover a couple of little things real quick. First thing we're going to do is we're going to make a barrel. Let's see. Barrels allow you to store large amounts of basic materials. Let me just show you how this works. It'll be easier to show you than try to tell you. Just like that, makes a barrel. Okay, the barrel, when placed in the world, can take large amounts of a single type of item. I don't know why I have a hole. Oh, that's right. I was going to try to put the hobgoblin in his own special hole, but it didn't work out. So anyway, you place this in the world, and as you can see, it says right here in the information that 64 stacks is the maximum. You can place any one type of item in it, and if you right-click on it, it takes a stack of the item. If you hold right-click, it will continue to empty all of that type of item out of your inventory and into the barrel. So since we have so much extra dirt hanging around, we're just going to go ahead and toss this all in the barrel. We'll be using barrels a lot throughout the series. If you watched last series, we used barrels back then as well. These barrels are from Java, as opposed to the barrels from factorization. Excuse me. So, like I said, you got your basic barrels from, or the better barrel from Java, and then you have the factorization barrels that are the ones, those are the ones that we got used to using last time. So now that we've made a barrel, I'll probably make multiple barrels to hold gravel and cobblestone, and that way this random blocks chest doesn't fill up too much. But in the meantime, we're going to go ahead and make one other item. A simple stick and a piece of iron makes you a chisel, as opposed to the iron trowel. The recipe used to be this way, but they changed the recipe because they had to put the trowel and the chisel both in here. Okay, so that being said, we're going to make this chisel from the mod called Chisel. Okay, the Chisel mod is basically a make everything prettier mod. It's a very simple mod. You make the chisel, you right-click the chisel in the world, and you have the option to carve blocks. Okay, here we have the options for the blocks that we can make. Okay, this is just from cobblestone. Now, since I don't have a whole lot of options right now, I'm going to be using the basic materials to make the house. You know, as long as I'm building it, I might as well make it look somewhat pretty. Later on, when I build an official big base, when I have a lot more materials, we're going to go for some really prettier things. But for now, we're just going to try to extend this house and take what's already here of the house and make it prettier. So one of the things that I really like when it comes to flooring anyway, is for the flooring to be smooth. Huge cobblestone tiles in this case. We just click there and it converts it. And we're going to go ahead and place these in the world. And as you can see, they have connected textures, basically meaning that you cannot see specifically where a block is. Okay, so that's one of the options. Oh, I don't think that's the one that I actually wanted. Let me look at this again. Is it cobblestone with panel? There's one specific one that I like to use for the floor. Yep, that's it right there, because it gives it the bordered outline. And I like the way that outline is, so I don't know. In any case, I'm going to have to choose a couple of things. You can do it with various different things. Oak wood doesn't work, but the planks do. You can do various different planks in this way and make your walls or roof or whatever look different. So keep in mind there's a lot of ways you can go about this. There's a lot of different things you can do with these, and you should be able to make some pretty nice things. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and extend the house. I probably will put up the walls. The roof I'll have to figure out later once I get the floor plan figured out, because depending on how I want the floor plan to be will determine exactly how I set the roof up. So for now, I wanted to show you the chisel and the things that you can do with the chisel. You know, as long as we're talking about it, let me show you just a couple other options, just because random blocks, smooth stone is a fun one that you can play with. Smooth stone can be changed into all these different things. I won't be using smooth stone, although there's a lot of pretty things that can be done with smooth stone here. I won't be using it right now just because I don't have a large amount of smooth stone. Okay. Other than that, you can even use sand. I'm fairly certain sand works. No, it's not sand. Sandstone works. I know sandstone works. Yep. And you can go and make different things out of sandstone. And of course, all the different patterns, you should just, try any block. It works with all the vanilla blocks, I believe, or most of the vanilla blocks, and some of the modded blocks as well. Glass is one that you're going to have some fun with. There are so many options for glass, it's kind of funny. So we're going to go ahead and basically we're going to build the walls out. And once we build the walls out, we'll come back and we'll start making some basic machines. Alrighty, we are back. went a little bit differently than I had originally anticipated. I actually stop that stupid bat. Um, Tore it down and I wound up tearing down the entire thing and just building it out. Not really how I intended to do it, but I got started and it didn't look good, and then I tried it a different way and that didn't look good. Then I tore the whole thing down, built it up, and that didn't look good. And I don't know. I think I critique myself a little too much. Let me know in the comments what you think. I haven't put a roof on it yet because I'm trying to decide whether I want it to look like the other roofs, or if I want a flat roof, or if I want to have the possibility of a second story, or possibly use carpenter's blocks, which we're going to get into. Probably, if I have enough time at the end of this episode, I'll show you the basics of carpenter's blocks. Because I want to do a couple of special custom things there. Basically I laid the foundation in cobblestone bricks, so it looks like a little brick section with the foundation, support pillars, the creeper block over the door. I like that idea. And then just the normal wood. None of the chiseled wood actually struck me as that really great of a thing, so it is what it is. Let me know what you think in the comments. I try to be semi-pretty, at least early on. There's more pretty things I'm going to try later. So as you can see, we still have all these chests around, and they have to be moved, and the signs have to be redone. But we're not going to do that right now because I want to show you how we're going to do that in a very special way here after a little bit. First thing we want to do is get started making some machines, okay? Because we wanted to get into ore doubling, and we're going to go ahead and get into ore doubling. All right, the first thing we want to do is the two basic machines for Ender IO is the sag mill and the alloy smelter. Okay, both of those are going to be, one is basically like a pulverizer, it breaks things down, and then the other is is that just a cooker. Alloy smelter actually has multiple uses. We'll get into that in a minute, but that's basically the cooker. Okay, but either one of these requires power to run it, and that's going to require that if we want to stick with Ender IO, a Stirling generator. Okay, the Stirling generator is going to basically take anything that's burnable and turn it into power, aka RF. Burn solid fuel to generate power. Okay, and you can upgrade it, of course, but we won't be able to upgrade it for a little bit until we get some more stuff. For now, we're just going to go ahead and make the basic one. Alright, so we're going to need a piston, but we're also going to need a piston here, so that's two pistons. Two pistons total to make these good, so let's make two pistons. We're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4 furnaces. We have the cauldrons already from where we looted the town, and that's good. So we're going to need 2 pistons and 4... What was with... Oh, that's right, it's the witch. I keep seeing those stupid little purple particle effects from the stupid witch. There, we'll just make 8 of these. I know there's plenty. Hot. Yeah, because, I haven't done anything like that yet. Let's see. Ooh, coal coke. That's going to be a fun one. Maybe that'll burn really well in there. I'm not sure if it's going to work in there or not. Let's just grab some of this. Grab this, and this. We're going to need some smooth stone to turn into bricks, which I thankfully still have. Oh, wait, I have bricks. Oh, that's right. That's right. I used the chisel to make those into bricks. Haha, cool. Alrighty, and the cauldrons. There we go. Alright, cool, and that, you know what, let's put that back real quick. I took that, when I moved the floor down, I moved this crafting station, and I forgot to put it back. Alright, good. So we should be able to go ahead and make a piston. Oh, no, okay, we're going to need planks. I forgot about that. For some reason, I keep forgetting that planks are part of that. And we're going to need more cobble. But other than that, yeah, we're good. Alright, so pistons. We're going to use pistons. We're going to use lots of pistons over time. Some basic gears, which we don't have the stuff for, but we can just real quick make some sticks. And the basic gears, which are the most basic gears. They're actually incredibly simple to make. And then we should be able to go ahead and make it. And did I... Seriously? I said I had the bricks and then I didn't take them? Brilliant. Alright. Sweet. 1 Stirling generator. I should probably make more than one, but... nah. Not for the moment. For the moment, we'll get one. We'll be making more things to advance things further later. We just haven't gotten that far yet. Okay, so now that we have the Stirling generator, we're going to go ahead and place this down and let it start cooking because it's going to need to build up some power. We're going to go ahead and put the basic setup right here. This will be moved later. This is just to show you. It's currently generating 20 RF per tick, and its burn rate is 2x. So it's burning really fast at 20 RF per tick. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and start building up this 100,000 RF buffer that we can then use here in a minute. We're going to need some flint. Actually, we're going to need all the flint because reasons. And we're going to go ahead and make the sag mill. Like I said before, the sag mill is going to be the piece that actually is used to break things down. So we want to go ahead and get that started, and it can be breaking things down while we make the alloy smelter. To do this, we're going to need the basic machine frame, which is, it's actually called the machine chassis. And we're going to need a basic capacitor to do that. So we're going to need copper, gold nuggets, and redstone. Well, we can make some gold nuggets real quick, no big deal. And we're going to need several of these. Oops, nope, not that one. We're making the capacitor. We're going to need a lot of these things as time goes on, so it's not going to hurt anything as long as you have the supplies already to go ahead and make extras. And I'm just going to keep clicking the wrong thing repeatedly, because why not? Actually, let's make a third one of those. Alrighty, so now we should be able to go ahead and do this. Yay. Alright, so we can place this here. Now this is going to receive power from the side over there. It's only going to receive 20 RF per tick. It's automatically going to do it because it's hooked to this, so no big deal there. Way this thing works, the really cool thing about all of these is right here, this recipes. Okay, this tells you all of the things that you can get and all of the possibilities, all the different recipes for all the stuff that it can process. And you can go through all that all you want to. Fun side note, we're going to put flint right here. Now, if you look in the recipes, it shows in a sag mill, the flint has main output 120%, so you get a 20% bonus for the main output. Bonus output being what you can get as secondary things. The bonus output is 125%, and it reduces the amount of power it takes by 15%. So that's really cool, and gravel flint is not that hard to come by, so we're going to go ahead and put this in here. Okay, the configuration is basically the same as your basic other machines. You can enable it to, by right-clicking, you can have it pull items from an inventory here, you can have it push items to an inventory here, or you can have it go in or out. Keep in mind how you do that, because you can actually make things process that you don't really want to process yet. So we'll get to that in a minute. Second, let's go ahead, because I want to. Let's go ahead and start processing my iron ore. Now, like I said, when this processes through, it will normally give you 2 iron dust, or powder. I think it's called powder with Ender IO. Yep, iron powder. Okay. Now, when it does its bonus, we have the chance of getting, I think it's gold. No, it's not gold. What is the? No, not that. This. When we process iron. There we go. 5% chance of tin powder, 10% chance of ferrous, and then a 15% chance of excess cobblestone. Now, keep in mind, when we have all this extra stuff, it's actually going to be better. With the flint, as we said, we have 20% more chance of getting more than just 2 out of the main output. And then the bonus output is a 25% chance more than what it actually shows there. And then, of course, it's reducing the power taken. The other thing is to use a dark steel ball. That makes the main output 150%. 150% means that 50% of the time it will give you 4 powders instead of 2. That's why I was talking at the beginning of the episode about not just doubling ores, about quadrupling ores. So yes, we could possibly get that, and actually I believe it just did just then. I think we just went from 16 to 20. But in any case, we put 1 stack of iron in there. In theory, we should get 2 stacks of powder when this is done. But while that's working, let's go ahead and... No, we already made the sag mill, and I don't want a second one. I will want more later, but we're not going to do that right now. Okay, the alloy smelter should be pretty simple. We should actually have everything we need. Go ahead and take that out, and we'll talk about the alloy smelter real quick. And it's nighttime again, but thankfully nothing can really get in here, so I'm just going to ignore nighttime and continue on talking about this. Alright, so we put this over here, and as you can see here, we actually are gaining power also from this. So this should start actually decreasing. No, it's not decreasing this. Interesting. Oh, look, we got our first extra piece. It's cobblestone. Yay. Alright, so this should be showing... there it goes. Okay. This right here is actually a damage bar for the thing. It doesn't show apparently with flint. I thought it did. But when you have dark steel balls in there, it shows you how much durability the dark steel ball has left on it. So we're going to pull that excess out of there. We're going to let this run for just a minute and see how it turns up. This one should be gaining extra power. Excellent. Yes, it is. Alright, so this is how we're going to be processing ores for the moment, because mining is all good and having a pickaxe that lasts forever is a good thing, but you still don't want to have to spend all that time mining not getting excess stuff. Okay, so we're down to 41 iron here, and we're already up to 50 iron powder, so we're definitely getting more than double on some of these. We'll have to wait a minute and see how this turns out. As a matter of fact, I'm just going to take a break right now and let this continue to process through, and when it finishes, we will see exactly how much it winds up leaving us with, because I want to see exactly what this winds up with. So we'll be back in just a second when this finishes running. Alrighty, we're back. That stuff is almost done. Because I was trying to pull power from both sides of this, it is actually causing it to be a problem, so I went ahead and added a second Stirling generator. I can move that around as necessary, so that will continue to process. While that is processing, there's a couple things that I want to get together, and I don't think I have any. Do I have tin? Oh, I do have tin. Okay. I'm going to need to process a little bit of tin to be able to make the last machine that I want. I don't want to do this without doubling, so let me see. Is this thing almost done? Oh, wait, it is done. Alright, cool. So instead of 2 stacks, I got an extra 20 iron powder. So the extra 20 powder will actually translate to an extra 20 of the ingots. So that's really cool. I'm going to set this thing to furnace only. Because I want it to only process things that would process in a furnace normally. The options are furnace only, all smelting, which is alloy smelting or normal smelting, and then of course the alloys only. Keeping it in furnace only is actually not a bad way to go, at least for now, and that way we'll only process things as normal, and it will not try to combine things if you have it pulling from an inventory of its own. So in the meantime, let's grab this tin. We're going to only process a little bit of this tin right now because I actually oh, now it's showing the damage value. Thanks, guys. I guess that was kind of weird, a little glitch. No big deal. But so we're going to go ahead and process some of this tin down because I want to make an igneous extruder. Okay, the igneous extruder is going to help me get obsidian because I don't have a diamond pick yet. Now, I can make a diamond pick using the materials I have, but instead, I'd rather just actually get this igneous extruder. Since we're making machines, let's make machines. This igneous extruder can be made using the following items. We're going to need another piston. I knew I needed another piston. Let's see if I still have the stuff necessary to make... Oh, wait, I do have another piston. Did I? I made extra pistons? I did make extra pistons. Ha! I knew I needed extra pistons. You believe me, don't you? I did that on purpose, really. Well, actually... I mean, I know I'm going to use pistons, so it's not exactly a shock that I made extras and happened to need them. So let's go ahead and make one of these. And let's see, we're going to need the glass, the piston. Okay, we're going to need the copper gears. I should have some extra copper. I should have some extra copper. Oh, I don't have quite enough extra copper, do I? No, it requires 2 copper gears, 8 copper total. Oh, dude, I have exactly 8 copper. Holy crap, that was perfect. No, I don't want to use that kind of copper. How about... Whatever, I saw the recipe. I don't have to shift-click it in. I can actually do it normally. Sweet. Awesome. That worked out perfectly. Alright, and of course we're going to need the tin gear, which is why I needed to process that tin. 10 tin got me 22 total, so excellent there. And we'll toss the tin in here and let it cook up real quick. And we should be able to get that going. In the meantime, we're going to need to find a source of lava. We've got infinite water right here. Now, as I go down my stairs right here, I believe it shows lava off to the side, right over there. It shows a lava pool that's actually not very deep. So that's fairly close to surface lava. So let's take a walk over there real quick and see just how hard it's going to be to reach. There it is. Alright, so right before where that sheep is standing. As long as that sheep doesn't despawn on the walk over there, we'll be alright. Oh look, there's a skeleton guarding my stuff. That's okay. You can stay right there in the trees. I will not be upset at all. Is it surface lava? No, that's water. It's not lava. The map lied to me. Or is it? No, it was over here. No, that's water too. Dadgummit. Whoa. Explosions. Oh. For some reason, by the way, there seems to be an actual problem with pneumaticraft plants. I don't know if it's a... It might have been an intended change. I would doubt it, though. But they seem to be spreading really fast. Like, a lot faster than they should. So, you know, trying to contain them is proving to be problematic. Oh, look, there's lava. I'm going to take that lava source block off of right there because I can. And because I want to. There's obviously going to be more lava to be collected in future episodes, but oh my god, trying to contain these things is being impossible. That's okay. I'll just continue to go around with the Horn of the Wild and just uproot everything. So, ooh, zombie flesh. Because I really needed that. Alright, so now that we went around here and got some lava, I can't believe that was water over there. Maybe there actually is lava, but it's just underneath. That would actually make kind of sense. Working there, got that. Here, go back to work on the iron. There's 3 stacks of iron. Wasn't there? Oh well, I thought there was. Alright, so, making 10 gears. So, iron, surrounded by tin. Make us some extra 10 gears, and we should be good to go to make the igneous extruder. We're going to need these anyway, so no big deal. And go. Sweet. Alright, so 1 igneous extruder. Now, I'll have to go get some more lava, and that's, unfortunate, but that's just the way it's going to work. Right-click this in there, and then we go grab a thing of water. And now, when we right-click this in here, it is now functioning. It automatically starts generating cobblestone. And we don't want cobblestone, we want obsidian. Where is that exporting to? Oh, wow, is it configured to go out that way? It is configured to go out that way. Okay, sure, why not? Anyway, when you're in cobblestone mode, 1 bucket of water and 1 bucket of lava is all you need. It will create cobblestone forever. You'll never need any more. When you're in smooth stone, it will consume some water, but not any lava. And with obsidian, it consumes both the water and the lava. So we have all the water we could possibly need. We don't have all the lava we could possibly need, so we'll have to get some of that later on. Meanwhile, this stuff can go ahead and process. I'm going to go get some more lava. Actually, you know what? We need a way to transport lava. We need to go ahead and do that real quick. So let's make a lava transport system real quick. Did I not have... Oh well, I thought I had 2 cauldrons, but that's okay, I can make another one. I'm going to go ahead and make a drum. A drum is basically a cauldron with 2 weighted pressure plates, made like this. And then you basically put the weighted pressure plates above and below the cauldron, and then you fill in the rest with iron, and you wind up with a drum. A drum, from Extra Utilities, can hold 256,000 millibuckets, which is 256 buckets of whatever you so desire. So I'm going to go ahead, find myself some lava, go ahead and start filling up on some lava, and that's done. Oh good, this one's got its actual full setup. And we're going to go ahead and take care of this. We're going to go ahead and start making some dark steel. Okay, dark steel, if I can spell, dark steel is used to make the dark steel balls. The dark steel balls, as you've seen before, is what you can use to make the sag mill do a really, really good job and actually take less power. 5 pieces of dark steel makes 5 dark steel balls, and it actually doesn't go through them as fast as some might think. So it's actually not going to be too big a deal to do that. Now, to make the dark steel, it requires iron, coal dust, and obsidian. So that's why we made the obsidian igneous extruder because we need more obsidian. So we can go ahead and pulverize some coal in the sag mill, which I'll actually start doing here now because I have no reason not to. And we can go ahead and break some of this stuff down. And then we already have all the iron we could use. So that means all we need is a little bit more obsidian, and then we can alloy smelt that into dark steel. Then we can make that into dark steel balls, and then we can start getting even more output from our sag mill. So that's what we're going to do. So in between episodes, I'm going to figure out how to put a roof on this place, decide which one I want to go with. By the way, in case you're wondering, these are just glass panes. If you put glass panes in the chisel, it comes up as screen. This is called, it says right here, glasspane.name, but it's actually screen. So that is actually glass, although it looks kind of funny in case anyone is wondering. I figured I'd catch that in the comments if I didn't tell you now. So yeah, we're going to go get some lava. We're going to make some obsidian in the igneous extruder. And then we're going to make some dark steel balls and process all of this ore down. So next episode we'll come back and we are going to get into enchanting. I like having my armor be this way, but I'd like it even better if it was really, really, really powerful. In that it can, take a lot more damage and protect me even better. So next time we'll come back. We should have a roof on the place. We should have all of the ores processed down and have lots of resources there. And then we'll get into some enchanting and some other cool things from Botania as well. So until next time, like me if you like me, subscribe if you want to see what I get into next, and as always, help spread the gaming. Oh, and by the way, this is actually here, or this was actually here. There was 143 buckets of lava. It was exactly where I thought it was, except for the fact that it was down further than the water. And oh wow, it's nighttime coming out of here, so let's, nope, okay, fine. But yes, I just want to let you know that that is the lava lake that we saw, and now it is no longer. So that's where I'm getting the lava, at least for now. 143 buckets, which is 143 obsidian worth of stuff. So I just figured I'd let you know, and yep, see you next episode.